Hello and welcome to this Studio Brutal video. Here I'm going to show you how to make a UK garage beat that you can hear in the background. There's a couple of presets as well that go with this and a sample pack. They're all free, you can get them in the description below. This bassline patch is in the description as well, so yeah, go and get those, and yeah, please like and subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, the key for a track like this is shuffle. You want a simple beat like this, and you want shuffle. You want it shuffled loads, and you want to pitch up. The drum sounds as much as possible. So yeah, this is the beat without shuffle, without the sounds pitched up. It is basically just you can see this in the. I'll link to the article below. I've got screenshots of all these, so you don't have to pause the video or whatever. But this is this is the beat. It's basically a 909 kick and a 909 snare, a normal sort of like break beat like that. And then I've added these two little 606 ghost snares. These samples are all linked to below as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some shuffle here. I've used this one, this Ableton preset, which is it's 16th note swing. It's called it's from the SP1200 sampler, swing 71 it's called, and it's at 60% timing, so it's quite shuffled. And yeah, when I apply the shuffle and I'm going to pitch up both snares, you can hear it basically instantly makes it more garagey. Especially those little ghost snares, the 606 ones. Basically, I've just pitched it up here. I've just moved this from C to G. I don't know if you can see that down on the sampler. Just pitched it up on the sampler. You can move the notes up as well if you want. And yeah, I've added some reverb to the main snare. And this is key. And the shuffle as well gives it that skippy feeling that you get in garage. So yeah, it's a really simple beat. It's just the snares are pitched up and it's really shuffled. And then I'm going to add some hats, which I'll show you here. These are just 909 hats. There's nothing special about them. They're just tight, closed, gated hats, and some open hats as well. The open hats are all off the beat. The closed ones, you want a couple of the closed ones close to each other, because then it shows the shuffle, because the shuffle moves them apart and it accentuates that, all close together, depending which beats they are. And then yeah, I've added a couple more. I've looped this out over 2 bars and added a couple more of those ghost snares at the end of the bar, because they're really good. You can hear them, those ones at the end. So yeah, that just gives it a really garagey sound, those pitched up sounds and the hats close to each other. Then after that, I'm adding a like a wub sound. The key to a lot of garage sounds is that wub, which you can hear there. And here I've just basically got a sounding operator. I've got 2 oscillators detuned, B and C. They're close together, but they're off a bit to give a sort of detuned sound. And then I've used FM synthesis. The C is frequency modulating them, but it's got an attack. You can see the attack. If I take the attack off, it just sounds like that. But if I make it come in slowly, it gives it that UK garage like wub sound. And you want this on lots of your sounds, especially the basses and the mid basses. You want those wubs. They're really characteristic of that kind of music. You can experiment with the attack. There's a preset for this as well linked in the article below. And then after that, I've done 2 vocal tracks, which I've actually taken that famous Blue Martin jungle sample pack, which is floating about the internet if you search for it, where basically Blue Martin took some vocals and breaks out of old jungle records and chopped them up, and they're really good. Basically, they're just off loads of samples of old jungle records. And yeah, here I've just picked a sample, put it in key. It's just, this is the MIDI. Again, the MIDI's on that article if you want to go over there and get it. You don't have to pause the video. But what I've done is I've filtered it down like that, given it a ton of echo and reverb, and then I put an LFO on it, so you get that sort of spacey feeling. So the filter's moving before the echo. And then I've just put another vocal in. This one is That is really similar. That's just filtered down. It's not even got an LFO on it. You could put an LFO on it if you want, and then plenty of echo and reverb, and that's about it. And altogether, that sounds like this. Before we add that, the sub bass, this is what the beat should sound like. And everything, by the way, everything is shuffled. Absolutely everything is shuffled with this SP1200 shuffle. And then I'm going to add a really heavy bass. The garage tracks have a massive. They want to be played in a good car stereo system. So you want a ton of sub bass in it. So this is the bass that I've made. There's a preset for this as well. You can get below. Sometimes on the bass you want a load of wubs. You want it to sort of that slow attack, or you just want a really heavy Reese sub. In this one I've gone for a really heavy Reese, which is easy to make. It's in where you can get the preset, but I'll show you how I made it. It's basically just really low, two low sine, not sine, they're sort of, I moved them off on the wavetable a little bit off a sine wave, so they're a bit more harmonic. But they're detuned, so one's 25 cents up, one's 25 cents down, and then there's a third oscillator, which is the sub oscillator, so it's really detuned and heavy. If I take the filters off, that's what it sounds like. It's quite a drum and bassy sound. And then again, I've got this slow attack envelope on the filter to give it that sort of wubbing sound. And yeah, and then it's filtered down at the filter, and I've driven it. It's got a bit of distortion from the drive on both these filters, on wavetables and on this auto filter. And then these are the notes it's playing. Just a real simple bass line in key. And then if I play them together, this is what the whole beat sounds like. So yeah, that's basically it. That's the key to it. You want a heavy sub bass, at least something that's wubbing. You don't necessarily need the vocals, but if you do, it's good to have them like spaced out and reverbed and pitched up. And yeah, definitely for the snares, you want them pitched up and then swing everything. So yeah, that's it. If you've got any questions or any recommendations or anything like that, or anything you want me to, any other future things you want to make, just let me know in the comments below. And yeah, good luck with your music making. Have a good day. Take care. Goodbye.